Alright, so hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. Please hit that notification bell and also give this video a thumbs up. Alright, so this is my first time doing a live tutorial. So it's of course it's gonna take a little time. It's gonna be step by step so you can follow along. And of course, you're welcome to ask questions, and I'll try and see how best I can answer them as I go through and do this live. So, it's graduation season. Many persons are getting graduated. A lot of persons have graduated already. There are different celebrations taking place and so on. What I'm going to be showing you, you can use it not only for graduation, but you can use it for other things too, right? So I'm going to type a simple text, and I'm using this text tool here. I'm going to type 2023, and I'm going to type one on top of the other. So 2023. Alright, so you can use this. Let me get it to the center here. I'm going to change the font style to give it looks like a soccer font or a football font. And the one I'm using, I think it's called college something. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, alright, so here I have one that says Soccer League College. Alright, so this is it. Let me zoom in. Alright, so you see this space right here? I'm going to tighten up that space, and I'm coming over here to line spacing, and I'm going to reduce it so that both of them get closer to each other. I can use this little arrow here, or I can just estimate it, and I'm going to put it in the negative. So I'm going to say like -10, hit enter and see how close. Oh, that's too close. Alright, so I'm going to say like -3. See where I'm at? Alright, not bad, not bad. Probably a little bit closer, so I'm going to add a 0.5 to it. There you have it. Alright, so it's on the narrower side. So what I'm going to do, I am going to use the size thing here. I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to increase the width. So it's currently at 1.179 inches. I'm going to put it at like 1.25 just to make it a little broader or wider. Yes. Alright, so this now, what you can do to this is to add an offset to it to give it a background. Alright, before I add the offset to it, what I'm going to do is to change it to a print then cut file, and I'm going to change the color. Let me see, I can choose to add color or pattern. Alright, let's see what the patterns are. Okay, so you have those. Let me see if I can find something glitter. Let me use this filter thing here to see. Alright, no, that's not gonna do what I want it to do. Alright, this has a little glitter to it. Not quite what I want. Let me just look a little more to see if I can find something with glitter. But of course, it doesn't have to have glitter because you can also cut this from, you don't have to use it as a print then cut file. What you can do is to cut it from like a glitter a glitter cardstock, or you can use, they have some glitter sticker sheets. If you can get those to purchase, then you can use that. Or if you don't have those, then what you can do is to um, maybe use another software to do the thing there, the writing in, and bring it over as a picture file with the glitter onto it. So there are a whole host of pattern fill that I can use. I'm not finding what I want. Maybe I'm being a little bit too impatient, but I saw something earlier that I think have some amount of potential. So I'm going to work with that one for this purpose. But you can also take the time out to browse through, because from what I'm seeing, there's some really nice designs here that you can choose from. Not limited to graduation, you can use it for other projects. Alright, here's a polka dot, a gold polka dot. Let me see what that looks like. Maybe it can mimic the glitter idea I had in mind. Alright, so I'm not seeing it any at all. Let me quickly add the offset to it. So at least that can help to create some amount of contrast so we can see it better. There's a way that I can change the color of the canvas here, but I'm not sure how it's done. Alright, so I'm gonna apply this. You see, now you're seeing it. Well, this is too big. It's too big. It doesn't have a proper shape. Alright, let me change this out. I'm gonna add 0.8 and see what that looks like. Apply. Alright, so what it did was to apply an offset to the offset. That's not what I want. So I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to select this again. So let me delete this one. Delete that one. Come back to this. And whenever you're doing the offset, you need to ensure that it is a layer that you want the offset to be on, or the layer that you like to create an offset of. That's the one that is selected. As you see, what happened just now is that it created an offset of the offset. That can be beneficial too, because there are instances in which you would like to make an offset of an offset. Alright, so we're getting somewhere. So what you can do with this now, you can add, say, class off. So let me use the type tool again. And the thing with the type tool is that, when you're moving this around now, because it's two layers, you have the text layer and the offset layer, you want to highlight both of them and move them around, even before attaching them. Because if you're going to print and cut, then you need to flatten, but we'll get there. Alright, so I'm going to type class off in this section here. So I'm just going to highlight that and type class off. And I'm going to change out this font to another font. Let me see what I can find on my system. Alright, let's see what is here. And if you'd like to know how to download new fonts on your computer, you can check out my video on that. I do have a video where you can basically download new fonts on your computer, and it's a quite simple process. It's not difficult to follow, really simple, and you can do it in under 5 minutes, literally under 5 minutes. Alright, so let me see. I love using fancy fonts, I can tell you that. Sometimes I have to remind myself that not everyone like fancy fonts, but I do. And what I mean, like fonts that fall in the script family, handwriting fonts, those kind of fonts. I really like using those. Alright, so now I have class off. There's a simple way I can do this. I can either drop the off in another line, or I can use this one right here to make the letters closer. I don't want to adjust all the letters. Let me see if I just size it down a little what happens. Alright, I'm going to rotate it. Right. Where's the rotate? I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. And of course you could use these right here to select the number of degrees that you'd like to rotate it, right? I'm just going to do 90 degrees. Alright, so maybe 90 is not what I need, not going in that direction. Add a negative sign in front of it. Yes, so you can easily add a negative sign, and then the Cricut design space will automatically convert it to the correct degrees. Yes, so I'm moving this over because I want to put this right here, and I'm going to put it in a different color. So let me come back on this, and I'm going to use a bright yellow that resembles gold, and I have a goldish look. I think I want to switch this over to, I want to take it off, print then cut. Yes, I'm going to just put it on basic so I can change the color to what I want it to be to. What color will I make this? Let me make it white for now. Yeah, I think I can work with that. Alright, I can make this white. And what I can do also is to add an offset to this, but let me add this offset first, and what I'm going to do next is to select both of them and try adding the offset to both of them at the same time, so it doesn't overlap each other, as in the offset from the class off doesn't go on top of the 2023. Let us see how that works. Alright, so it's created one big offset for everything. There it is. So if you notice the 2023, I think I went down in volume. Alright, so if you notice the class off is on top of the 2023, however, the offset for a portion of the class off is not on top of the 2023. I want you to take note of that. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create an offset of this offset, right? So I'm going to come over to offset. I'm going to do offset again. So while Cricut do its thing, alright, so you see there's, if you notice this blue line going around the edge, so this is the new offset. This one I am going to apply, and then I'm going to change this one over to white. I'm going to make this one white, and alright, so if you notice, it has the shape of the text that is there. And what you can do once you get this done, providing that you don't want to do anything further to it, you can simply flatten, and then it automatically becomes a print then cut file. So you can send this to print. Right? And it has a white background. Alright, let me see. Let me unflatten it so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the color of the last offset just for you to see what it looks like. Just for you to be able to see what it looks like. So let me try this color. Alright, I can work with that for now. It looks like it's clashing with the white, but just for you to be able to see it better, let me use this dark gray then. No, it's gonna be too close to the black. Let me use this light gray. Very good. So now you're able to see them much better. Alright, and then I can go back and flatten these. Right, so this is one cake topper down. Let's work on another one. Alright, so another cake topper, what you can do is to go to the internet. Let me see if I can let you see that screen. Let me see if I can let you see that screen. Just a moment. Let me see if I can let you see that screen. Let me check what's going on. Alright, so I'm going to allow you to see the browser screen. So just give me a moment. Let me just give me a few seconds. I'm working on allowing you to see my browser screen. So just a moment. Let me see. Okay. Alright. I'm just working on adjusting the screen so you're able to see Alright, so I'm working on allowing you to see my browser. Alright, so I'm still trying to get my browser up so I can show you what I'm looking for. Let me just just a moment. Let me just Alright, so let me get my browser up. Right, so I'm heading back to my software and I am selecting the screen for you to see it. Alright, so let me go ahead and show that to you now. Cap vector. So I'm just showing you. Alright, so there are a number of them that pops up. So what you need to do is to download, choose one that you like, and then download. Alright. Let me see this one. Yeah, I think this one is good. I can work with this one. So, but I'm always looking. Even when I see one that I like, I am still searching to see if there's one that I like more. Alright, so I'm going to save this image and I'm going to head on back over to Cricut and show you how to upload this image to Cricut. So let me go back to Cricut. Alright, so you're seeing Cricut on your screen. So let me go back to Cricut so I can show you how to upload this image. Alright, so on Cricut you'll come right here where you see upload and you'll hit upload, and then Cricut will take you into your file folder. Alright, well, yeah, Cricut will take you to upload images, browse, and you can drag and drop your images. You don't have to go through the process of going into your images. So I'm just gonna go right here and here, so I'll select that. Alright, so I want to keep this as a complex image because I'm working with print then cut, right? So I'll select complex, which is the last one, then I'll hit continue. However, I need to remove the background, so I'm just going to use this tool here. So on this side there are a number of tools that you can use to remove the background. So I'm just going to use this one that will take away all the white and leave just the section that has the graduation cap. Alright, so the background is removed. I'm gonna select apply and continue. Alright, so right here you have a cut image, and over here you have a print then cut image. What you need to select is print then cut and upload, and then you come to this section, select it and add to canvas. Alright, so this is bigger than the print then cut area. As you can see, this little warning sign here. So of course we can make it smaller. So we'll just make it like about two, yeah, let's make it 2 inches. what I've been doing, you weren't able to see it? Or is it each time I click enter? I think this program I'm using have some hotkeys. So whenever I use enter, it basically just transition from one screen to another. Alright, so I'm just gonna do congrats grad, and that's the last one I'll be doing for this live. This is the last one I'll be doing, congrats grad. So I'm going to type grad, congrats first. Alright, so I'm just waiting on the text tool to appear. Let me see if it has already appeared. Okay, it's there. Alright, so I'm just going to type congrats. Alright, congrats, and then I'm going to type grad. GRAD. Right, so I'm going now change it to the font that I used earlier, which is the Soccer League College. That's the name of it. Alright, so I'm gonna pair these two together. I'm just gonna drag this out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna put congrats on top, so I'm gonna move it one layer up. Alright, so what I do is to hold down the mouse and drag it upwards, and it goes on top, right? There's another way that you can do it. You can actually use this arrange thing here, and what it does is to move it backward and forward, or forward and backward, and then you can move it along. So if I select send backward, what it will do is to move it down, and if I select send bring forward, it will move it up. Yes, so that's pretty much it. It's nothing complicated that you're not able to do on your own. Alright, so I'm changing the color. I'm going to use the gold again, and I think I'm going to use the white here. And of course, alright, you know what, let me change this color, because not all schools use these colors, right? Let me change this to blue. Yes, let me change this to blue. Alright, I'm gonna go grab that cap. Where is it? It's right here. Where am I? Alright, let me see if I can bring the other portion up. Alright, let me just bring this part up so it can be closer to the other stuff that I'm working on. Well, that I've worked on already. Alright, so put that there. And this graduation hat, I'm gonna make it a little smaller, just a little smaller, and yes, like that. Alright, so again, all you simply need to do is to highlight everything, and let me just double check that you are seeing my screen. Very good. Alright, so I'll just highlight everything together. I'll go to offset, okay, and I'm just using the same measurement, but as you know, or as you would have observed, you can basically select or set the measurements that you like. So I'll apply offset number 1, and Of course, you don't need to use two offsets, you can just use one. So I'm just going to change this one to white so you can see what it looks like. I am going to change all the others to white now so you can see that too. I'm just going to create a background behind it so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, let me just... Alright, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to grab a shape and put it behind this one. I'm just going to use this square. So I'm going to put it behind. And if you've never worked with shapes before, once you select shapes, it will automatically insert a locked shape. So all you need to do is to use this unlock right here, this padlock. You click on it to unlock it, and then you can reshape or resize it. So I want this to go behind everything, so I'm going to come here and select send backwards, and it goes behind one. Send backwards, it goes behind another. Send backwards, and it's behind something else, and I'm sending it backwards again. Backwards, the cap is on top, and I send it backwards, and I think the offset should be showing now. Very good. Alright, there it is. So I can go ahead and change the color of the shape to make it black. So you can see, so you don't necessarily need to add another offset to it, but if you so desire, all you need to do is to click the offset layer. So click on the white layer. Let me see if I can get it. Alright, offset this one, and then you can simply go to offset and apply another offset just like that. Alright, so while Cricut is doing its thing, remember you need to flatten these if you're going to print them, or if you're not going to print them and you're going to layer them on each other. All you need to do is just to send them. Just click make it or hit make it, and then you're good. Alright, so I'll apply another offset. I'm just going to use a different color. Let me just use blue for you to see what it looks like. So there it is with the other offset. So I'm going to hide this square. So I just click on this eye and hide it. Alright, it's gone. So like everything else, I'll just highlight it and select flatten. Alright, so let's head on over to making it. So when you click make it, what it's going to do is to take you to a page that allows you to print it. You can make multiple copies of your project, so you don't need to be copying many of them on the canvas and filling up the canvas with a lot of stuff, making it more difficult for you to work. What you can do is when you get here, you can say project copies, and you can say, alright, make it 2, so you need 2 of each. If you don't need 2 of each, what I would advise you to do is to make duplicates of them on the canvas while they're on the canvas. So right here, as you can see there, let me zoom out a little bit to see if you can see the entire mat. Very good. These black marks, these are registration marks. What the machine will do is to read these and figure out where the images are and cut them. Well, that's after they are printed. So this is what the window looks like. You see, comes up, print, then cut, and all of that. You come right here and you'll select continue, and then it will tell you print on letter size, print on 8.5 by 11 inches which is letter size. It's telling that no device is found because my Cricut is not connected to the computer at the moment. So what you'll need to do is to select send to printer, and then what it will do is to show you a list of printers that you have installed on your system. If you do have a printer and it's not installed on your system, what you need to do is to go through the installation process, come back to this page, and then select a printer. So this usually takes a few seconds for it to basically go through the process. So we just need to wait it out a little bit, but of course in the end it will be worth it. And if you have not already subscribed, please remember to hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to know how to make stickers using your Cricut and setting it up in Cricut design space, you can use the same method I showed you, or you can check out my video on how to make your own stickers using your Cricut or in Cricut design space. You can use that, you can watch that video as well. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section or in the live chat. Alright, so here I have my printer highlighted. I am not where my printer is at the moment. My printer is at the office, but this is my printer right here. And what I would do is I usually like to turn this on, because what this enables me to do is to set the type of paper I am printing on. As I mentioned, these could easily go as stickers. So if I was using like printable vinyl or sticker sheets, I could select that. Or I'm using them to make the cake topper, I can select like cardstock, and of course a different weight. So when you click print, what will come up is your printer dialog box, and from that you can go into the properties and make the necessary changes that you need. I'm just going to show you when the dialog box pops up. Well, I hope it does, because I'm not connected to my printer at the moment, so I really hope it does pop up. But of course, as I mentioned, you would need to set the settings or select the settings that works with your individual printer, because not all printers have the same layout or the same positioning of things. So it depends on what your printer is like and what it refers to the papers as. My printer, it basically refers to the papers as thick 1, thick 2, thick 3. Plain paper, specialty paper, those are the kind of references. While other printers would use things like cardstock, heavy cardstock or stuff like that. Yes. So here it's telling me that I am offline and all of that, but that's not a problem. I can come to preference, and it says no wait, no connecting, please wait. I'm not sure if it's gonna go through what it did. Alright, so in my settings, what I'll do is I'll select where I need the paper to be printed from. I like to print from bypass tray when I'm printing specialty papers or thick papers, anything outside of the norm. And then here it is, it has thick 1, thick 2, thick 3 and all of that. For like cardstock over 210 GSM or 10 point upward, I'll usually use a thick 3 setting, and if it goes over to like 250 going up, I'll use like a thick 4 setting, right? So it depends on what you are doing. But I'm just gonna cancel this print because, as I said, I don't have my printer connected. Let me see if I can just go back from this screen. Alright, so you see it says printed. So basically what I need to do is to get this printed, then I'll show you another video of the cutting process. Alright, so thank you so much for joining me, and in the event that you're actually watching it after it has been aired, the information is still available. You can watch to the end, you can share with your friends. Please, please, please subscribe. I am very grateful to have you joining me, and I do look forward to seeing you in my next live video. And please give me your ratings. This is my very first time doing a live for my channel, so let me know what I can do to improve and all of that. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.